In this video, I'll be covering action history. Action history is similar to the audit trail that we have on data, but it allows us to look at other tables such as the variable description table, monthly data entry forms, changes we made to the location table, things like that. So what we can do is, in this case, I'm trying to figure out, I've lost a variable. I created a variable called ducks on the pond, and I can't find it anymore. So first of all, let's make sure what's going on and try to research what's happening. So I'm going to go to System Setup, Edit View Variables, and in here I'm going to hit the variable browser, bring up the variable list. I have a location called pond, so I click on it, and first I don't see my ducks on the pond variable. So next I'm going to click on the root and go to my quick filter and type duck, and it says I don't see anything that says ducks or anything like that. So okay, so the variable has been deleted. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go look at Influent Flow, variable number 1. In the lower left corner it says the user super, that's who I'm currently logged in as, has edited this record at 8 a.m. actually of today. I can double click on that and it's going to come up and it says you can look at the variable description, action history, or changes made to your limits. In this case I want to just look at the var to script table. So I go in here and this is the action history for this particular variable, for variable ID number 1. So it says I can look at any of these transactions and say, okay, well this morning the super user changed the field name from Zone AB Online to the word flow. I can also, in the lower right corner, it shows me the username that was logged in, the facility, the executable name, the IP address, the Windows username that's logged in. So some additional information that can help me figure out what happened. Now I made this change, so I kind of understand what's going on, and I can look through any of these transactions. So you can see that over and over again I've been changing the name of this variable. I can increase the date range that I want to look. So I could say, well, let's go back and look since October 1st and apply these filter settings, and now I see more updates that I've done. So here you can see I've made a series of changes where I changed the G2 interface and I changed the query from one query to another to pull data. And again, I can make these columns wider. So I see the full history, but that doesn't help me figure out what happened to my ducks on the pond variable. So what I can do is I'm going to go back, and again, I know I had it within the last week. So I'm going to go back to November 1st. And if I uncheck this box, it says I'm looking for all changes made to the record ID var ID 1. And now if I apply the changes, I get a lot more transactions. Okay, and I also see what I did to certain var IDs. So I can see the same update I made right here to variable ID 1, but I also see an insert here where I created variable 906, and if I look through this list, when you insert, all the old values are blank, so it shows me everything that I set up about this variable, and I find out that, and I remember, here's my ducks on the pond variable. I also inserted a variable called level to the pond. So I remember doing that. And so here's ducks on the pond. And again, I can see anything, every field. I set the units to count. My var ID is 906. My var num was 6164. It's a parameter type variable, so I found it and when I did it. So now who got rid of it? Well, in this case it's rather obvious because I see this one, the top record here, and it's highlighted in red. Deletions are in red, so I can see that, the delete, and it shows me all the old values, and I see that the user Scott deleted it. He was at this IP address, he did it at this particular time, 8:13 this morning. So now I can go talk to him, find out why he deleted my variable. It also allows me to recreate this variable, and if I look down here, this is in alphabetical order, I can see that my var ID again is 906. So when we delete a variable, we will orphan the data in the data tables. So what that means is that we don't actually delete the data, it still exists. So contacting tech support would allow you to write a query to move data. You could create a new variable, it'll assign a new var ID, and then I could write a query to update my data table to change all records that refer to 906 to whatever my new var ID is. I can use this form in a variety of ways to do research. Again, if I'm just looking for deletes, I can get rid of these actions and go to Apply Filter Settings. And now I just see that one deletion. It makes it easier to find if I was just looking for deletions. I can also, the action history table works with the var to script table, but you can actually change the table, and in this case I could go look at, let's say, location, and I want to see everything I've done to the location table. I haven't deleted any records, so I got to look at inserts and updates. I'm going to apply those filter settings, and I see that I created a record, a location called pond, and I did do that, getting ready for those variables. So I created a location called pond, and then I updated that parameter to I changed the description from blank to discharge pond. So I can do this on any table if I want to. Again, I don't have to understand the table. Typically, if you see the audit trail in the lower left corner, you'll get a tooltip that'll allow you to double click on it to see the action history. So if I go to System Setup, Location Setup, click on my pond location, right here, notice it says double click to display the audit trail or action history, and it's already specified for me what ID I want to look at, date range, and all that. So whenever you're on a form, if you see in the lower left corner the last edited, you can double click on that and pull up the action history. Thank you very much.